Alright, so this video is going to be more advanced audio editing stuff, um, so we can create mashups and loops and all sorts of things. So I'm in Planning Center under Songs, and something really handy that Planning Center does is you can sort your songs based on the BPM, off of the tempo. And as I scroll down here, I noticed the song King of My Heart is 68 beats per minute. Oops, I just messed it all up. So go here into songs, hit BPM, it'll sort it that way. So King of My Heart is 68 beats per minute right here. And Waymaker is also 68 beats per minute. So I thought it would be cool to try to do a mashup of those two songs, and I actually found one on YouTube, King of My Heart and Waymaker, that I really like, and I'm gonna try to recreate. So they basically go through all of King of My Heart like normal, and right now they're on that big bridge towards the end. Let's just listen to it a little bit. You're good, you're good, you're so good, you are good, oh, even when we don't believe it, God, even when we can't see it, God, we know that you're good, even if you're doubting it right now, just declare he's good, you're good. So right here, they're just chilling and vamping on the same thing. Let's skip ahead a little bit to the transition. Alright, so now we're in that Waymaker bridge. You never stop, you never stop. Come on. They build it up. That drum fill was crazy. Alright, now we're back into that chorus of King of My Heart. And the bridge. So we might not do it exactly like that, but something similar. So we're going to go to basically like we're creating a service arrangement, and click this service arrangement view template. Again, I use the 1.2. I don't think it really matters. There might be some differences between 1, 1.3, 1.2. But we'll open Ableton and drop in King of My Heart. And let's do this for a female lead. So we'll do the key of G for both songs. So we want that formatted, drop it in. And we'll select all of this and put it where that song 1 marker is. Oops. We want just these tracks highlighted so we can drop it up there. Remember, extend all of the things. And delete that, we don't need it. And I'm going to go ahead and create a group by shift click, Command G, rename to King of My Heart. Okay. So now what I want to do, since this is just like normal, they sort of do a vamp during this outro part. Outro. You're good, you're good. Oh, All right, so I'm gonna take these two measures of that, chorus part, 91 to 93, and I'm going to create a new marker. So I'm gonna click right here on this grid line from measure 91 and hit set. That creates this marker. And I'm gonna go to measure 93, hit set, creates a new one. I'm gonna click on this first one we created, right click, and loop to next locator. So that created a loop between these 2 points. And up here, this is your loop turn on and off. You can toggle it. So when the loop's turned on, it'll just do that one part. So you could start back here. Outro. And it'll just keep doing that over and over and over again. And it sounds kind of weird right now because we have all those instruments in. Let me mute some of those. If you have a live band, obviously it'll be much easier to do. Sure, let's go with that. That keys track is going, but you could also, drop in a pad right here, which I'll probably do just to fill some space. Let's do cinematic key of G. Pads just sort of create glue anyways when you're doing stuff like this. All right, so just like any other pad, we'll want it to fade in some point before, and I'll extend this out. And we want to turn off warp, and we want to, I favorited that reverb, that church reverb. I'll drag that in, go to decay time, put it up to like 11 or 12. It's probably fine. And we want to turn this down to about minus 18, something like that. It might be a little bit louder than minus 18. I'll rename this pad. So now, this is what we have. I feel like the click is super loud for what we're doing right now. So now you just have that click and pad looping over and over and over again. So you can vamp on that. You are good, good, oh. So that's sounding pretty decent. I'm gonna unmute these for the time being. You get the idea. If you have a live band, this is much easier to do. And now I think I'm just gonna cut the rest of this out. You can actually do that with all of this. Yeah. So now, as we're vamping on that, I want to add in Waymaker here. So we'll drop it in right where this marker is. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Get to my tracks, go to Waymaker. And again, we're in the key of G. Obviously want that to be the same. Let's go ahead and I'll do the full version instead of that version too, just because it might have something interesting we can use to have those, free open worship moments. So again, we want to drag all of this over so that it's in line and picks back up where that last song ended. I'm going to take our MP3 all the way up to the markers, click and drag, make sure everything is the same length. I guess that's fine. Delete the rest, create your group, rename it. Okay, now this actually doesn't, oh, there we go. So we want to start in the bridge right here.
Bridge.
When I don't see it, you're working. So we can start there. And I'm gonna create a marker right here where that Q is on measure 174. So again, click that grid line, set, and we're gonna delete all of this. Just get rid of it. Actually, if you delete the tempo with it, it will sort of mess things up. So I leave the tempo alone at first. And we'll trim everything to that fresh marker that we made right here. And I'll delete that. Trim the rest of the tempo. Delete all of these markers. Okay, so now we're gonna select all of this and drag it back to where we left off on King of My Heart. There we go. So now what we have is this.
Outro.
I'll mute these also. Just so it doesn't sound weird and you get a better idea. So you can actually route the loop to a MIDI pedal trigger, just like you did before with, when you set the songs, you can do the same thing. You just click this button, hit the button on the actual MIDI controller that you want to trigger the loop on and off. So as you're going through, this loop period, you're in your open time of worship, and let's say last time you just hit the button, it releases the loop, and you can go on to your next part.
Bridge.
Right, so you can mix this in a little bit better. I'm gonna highlight all of this, drag it, actually, let's see, you can have it fade in a little bit better. So I'm gonna click drag just a little bit, and to create a fade, you're gonna do Command Option F, and you saw all of those, they now have a fade, so it'll slowly creep in. I'm going to drag this pad out just a little bit more, turn the loop back on so we can see how it sounds. Again, the pad is your glue. It'll make things feel better in the transition from song to song. I'll release the loop so it goes on.
Bridge.
So that sounds a lot better. I'll take out the click and guide just so you can hear what I'm hearing. So we have the loop on. It's just the pad. So You're like, you are good, good, oh, you are good, good, oh. You release it, you're ready for that bridge of Waymaker. And of course you can play with that as you have your live band. But that is the basics of meshing two songs together. Let's say you want to, let's cut all this out, and you just want to build up through the bridge and go back to that King of My Heart chorus. So I'll delete all of that. Let's grab, let's see, I'll create a marker just so I know where I'm at between the choruses.
Chorus. All in.
Oops, I have everything muted. That's why. Again, I'm just sort of doing this a quick, dirty way, but you get the idea. You can put as much time as you need to blend and fade the tracks in and out as you need.
Chorus. All in.
Yeah, so
Chorus. All in.
I'm gonna collapse this back down, create my marker right here at measure 74. And let's just say we'll do this whole part of King of My Heart again. Why not? So I'm gonna copy that section I highlighted and should be able to just paste it here. So now what we have is the bridge of Waymaker.
Chorus. All in.
You are good. Yeah, and of course, live drums, it can feel way better than that. So that is basically how you do a mashup or create a different arrangement of a song. You can cut and copy, paste, whatever you need. Using these markers is really helpful. Again, to do that, you click on the section that you want. Let's say you want to start in this bridge. So make sure you're on that measure 66, hit set, and you know exactly where you're at. Just makes things easier as you can, copy sections, delete them as you want, all of that. So cool stuff. The possibilities are literally endless.